Hello and welcome back to SnapClap and Learn. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Here is another video of accounting with your mentor Dr. J.C. Vaishne.
Today we have to learn the common words used in the accounting because there are certain words which may confuse the students. So these words must be very clear in the minds of the student. The first is the business. Business means doing any work or any service with the intention of earning the profit. If you are earning the profit by doing some work or by providing some service, it is known as your business. Second is the profession. Under profession, we earn income and profit on account of our qualifications. For example, if a person is a doctor, he is MBBS passed, another person is chartered accountant, he will earn the income only on account of his qualification, and no other person can do such type of work as a doctor or a chartered accountant is doing to the society. Therefore, whatever the income he is earning, it comes under the category of profession. Third is the occupation. Occupation means some other small works which any person can do. For example, if a man is a property dealer or a commission agent or a broker, so he provides service and he earns some income, and that comes under the category of occupation. Under trade, trade means only the purchase and sale of commodities. Services are not included under trade because trade requires purchase of some particular commodity and sell out that particular commodity on the basis of the profit. It comes under the category of trade. Next is the export. Export means whenever we send our goods to foreign countries on demand, it is comes under the category of export. And the next point is the import, means when we bring something or purchase something from foreign countries for our requirement, it comes under the category of import. Now we have to discuss the various terms in used in the accounting. The first is the entity. Entity means an identifiable business, an enterprise which is quite different from the person, like Superbazaar, Gupta Jewelers, and Saxena and Company, etc., etc. These are the organizations which have a separate existence with the owner. Owner is something else, and organization is quite separate from the owner. The second item is the transaction. The transaction means any event involving some value between two entities known as transaction. For example, the purchase of goods, payment of the cash, or the credit transactions. It may be of two types, cash and credit. You can make the transaction in the form of cash, or you can make the transaction in the form of credit. Third term is the asset. Economic resources expressed in monetary terms used in the business are known as assets. For example, if you are using the truck or the car or the tempo in running of the business, it comes under the category of asset. The assets are of two types, current asset and non-current asset. Current asset includes investment, inventory, bills receivable, cash, etc. While the non-current asset includes fixed asset, long-term loans, etc. The next term is the liability. Liability means the obligation or the debt which is to be paid in future by the entity or by the organization is known as the liability. The liability are of two types, non-current and current liability. Non-current liabilities are those liability which you have taken for a long term, known as long-term borrowing, long-term provisions, and the current liabilities include the bills payable and the short-term provisions, etc. The next item which we have to learn today is the capital. Amount invested by the owner in the organization in cash or in asset is known as capital. Whenever any person wishes to start any business, he have to introduce cash from his own saving or from his own affairs. Similarly, he can use the asset also in the business. So capital include cash and asset or both because a person cannot start any business without capital, and the capital needs cash and asset. Next item is the sale. Sale means total revenue from the goods or services sold to the customer. They come under the category of sales. Sale is of two types, cash or credit sale. You can sell out the goods in cash, or you can sell out the goods on credit also. The next item is the revenue. Revenue means amount earned by selling any commodity or by providing any service is known as revenue. For example, you earn the commission, you earn interest, you earn the dividend, they come under the category of revenue. Next item is the expenses. Cost incurred in the process of earning revenue is known as expenses. For example, depreciation, rent, wages, interest, light expenses, etc. Now the next item of discussion is the expenditure. Expenditure means spending money for some benefit. For example, if you purchase the goods, if you purchase the furniture, if you purchase the machinery for selling it out in the business to earn in the to earn the profit in the business, they come under the category of expenditure. This expenditure may be revenue or may be capital. Revenue expenditure are those expenditure which is done within 1 year, and if the expenditure is related to more than 1 year, it comes under the category of capital expenditure. Next item is the profit. Profit means excess of revenue over expenses is known as profit. Whatever the expenses is there and whatever the revenue is there, if the revenue is more in comparison to the expenditure, it is known as profit. Next item is the gain. Profit arises from the transaction of business, come under the category of gain. For example, if you are selling your fixed asset, if you are winning a court case, it is known as gain to that person or to that organization. Next item is the loss. Excess of expenditure over revenue is treated as a loss. It reduces the capital which is provided by the owner. For example, the goods loss, or if there is a fire accident in the organization, it comes under the category of loss. The next item is the discount. Discount means reduction in the price of goods sold is known as discount. The discount are of two types. Number one is the trade discount, and second is the cash discount. Trade discount is a reduction in the list price of the commodity. Whatever the maximum MRP is there, if you are providing some concession or some reduction, it is known as trade discount, and this trade discount is available to each and every consumer, whether he is purchasing the goods in cash or in credit. Second is the cash discount. Cash discount is an incentive to encourage the prompt payment of goods in cash. If a person is purchasing any item in cash, an extra discount is given to him, and that is known as cash discount. Next item is the voucher. Voucher means documentary evidence in support of any transaction in goods or service is known as voucher. Suppose you are purchasing anything on creditor on credit basis, then an invoice is issued to that person, and that invoice in accounting term is known as voucher. Next item is the goods. Goods means product in which the business is dealing. Suppose you are purchasing furniture for selling it out, then it is your goods. And on the other hand, if you are purchasing furniture for your shop, not for selling out, it will not come under the category of goods. For example, if you purchase a machine for the sale out, then it comes under the category of goods. And if you are purchasing machine for the business purpose, it will not be treated in goods. Next item is the withdrawing. Withdrawal of the money or goods from the business for the personal use, while the owner or the proprietor of the organization comes under the category of drawing, and the amount of drawing is deducted out of the amount of the capital. The other item to be discussed is stock. Inventory in hand, goods and other item in business which are lying unsold comes under the category of stock. It is not necessary that whatever we purchase the goods, they all will be sold out in a particular period. It may be possible that some item may remain unsold and that remain item which are unsold in the business are treated as stock. Next item is the purchase. Purchase means total amount of goods procured on cash on credit for the purpose of selling it out for profit comes under the category of purchase. This purchase may be the cash purchase or the credit purchase. If you are making the prompt payment when procuring the goods, it is known as cash purchase. And if you are purchasing it on loan or on credit, it is known as the credit purchase. The payment of credit purchase are made after a particular time, but the payment of cash purchase are made immediately. The next item is the debtor. Debtors means the person who owe the amount in buying the goods and service on credit from our organization comes under the category of debtor. The organizer will collect the money from those persons who have purchased the goods or services on credit and they have not made the payment immediately. So they come under the category of debtor. And the next item is the creditor. Creditor means to whom we have to pay an amount for goods and services which we have purchased on credit for sale on profit. And for those we have to make them payment in the future time to come, and this amount is known under the category of creditors.
Don't forget to hit the bell icon, share and subscribe us. Our next topic will be Chapter 2, Theory Base of Accounting. We will deal with the principles and concepts of accounting. Bye.